Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and welcome to the UBS accounting system video tutorial series. In this set of videos we will be discussing about how we will be using the Sage UBS computerized accounting software for the preparation of accounts. Through this series we will be using a simple example, and we will walk through the example hands-on for using the software. Okay. In this series we will cover how to set the company name and accounting period, and then to create a chart of accounts, create debtors and creditors accounts, organize batches, enter opening balances, enter transactions, and edit transactions, as well as producing the report. Okay. So we will be using an example here. This will be our example. It's a simple example for Gan Sendirian Berhad, and I will walk through with you how we will create the accounts for this company. Okay, so I'm assuming that you would have installed this Sage UBS accounting software. So we open up the software. Alright, so first of all, when we want to start up a new company, create an account for a new company, then we need to add the company into our directory. Okay, so click add and insert the company name. So in this case it's Gan Sendirian Berhad. UBS encourages us to use all capital letters in our workings because the software is case sensitive. So to ensure that everything works well, it's advisable for us to keep using all capital. And then we select the directory where we want to store the accounts for Gan Sendirian Berhad. So let's say this is again I put in Gan. We can actually have multiple companies in our computer. Okay, so probably it is advisable for us, if we have different companies, then we create different directories for each of the company. So in this case I just name the directory as the name of the company that we will be creating the accounts for. Okay, after we have saved the company name with the appropriate directory, click cancel, and then select the company that we want to open and click select. Okay, for the first time it asks us to generate edited files. Just click OK and yes, click OK again. Alright, so we need to log into the system. There are several user IDs that are available in the UBS, so let us just log in as the admin, and the default password for admin is UBS in full capital. Okay, so we can set up, it is an option for us to set up the company information through the setup wizard, but we can also set it up afterwards when we enter into the program, and we can manage the setup through the menus. Okay, let's just skip the setup wizard first. Okay, so this is this is the interface. You may also have okay, so this is the interface. You might have a little bit of different interface depending on your version of UBS that you use. Okay, so the let's see what menu items we have. We have at the top menu we have file. So here we do things like we backup our database, as well as we restore a previously backed up database. And here we do this is a general menu. And then we have debtors menu, creditors menu. We have transactions, where we will maintain our transactions. We have the menu for producing our reports, and then there's a periodic menu where we would do some periodic processing at end of the month or end of the years. And then we have the housekeeping. Okay, and then there's some help menu as well. Okay, so when we first enter the software for a new company, then we need to do this company setup. So that is done by going to housekeeping and setup, and click general setup. Okay, so this is where we will manage the information for our company. So in our example, the information about the company that we have is the company name is Guns and Berhad. Well, in this very simple example, we don't have any other information for the company, such as the company name and phone number. So here let's just leave all the addresses and company name to be as it is, but replace the company name to Guns and Berhad. Otherwise, you would be editing the address, company type, and all the other information, JST registration number, for different companies. Okay, so okay, what else is there? We have the debtor account groups. These numbers relates to the chart of accounts for the general ledger account for debtors control. You might have several categories of debtors control accounts. So if you have multiple categories, then you would need to make the range to be accommodative to the different categories. Otherwise, if we only have one debtors control account, then we can leave it as the default value. Similarly, for the creditors, in this simple example, we only have a single creditor control account group. Then we leave it to be we leave the chart account number to be between 4,000 to 4,000. Okay, so we have set up the company name. Secondly, we need to set up the accounting period. Okay, so to set up the accounting period, we need to determine what is the accounting period for our accounting year for our company. So we go back to our simple example. It says here, Guns and Berhad bought a computer and wanted to computerize their account starting from 1st of January 2010. The company's accounting year begins on the same date. So this the second sentence show us that the company's accounting year would start from 1st of January 2010 and ends at 12 months later, which will be 31st of December 2010. Okay. So here, to enter the accounting year, we cannot enter here and these two fields, but this is a calculated field. We need to enter the last accounting year. So since the current year of the example is would start on 1st of January 2010, so we need to enter the last closing year date to be 31st December of 2009. Okay. So next, the starting period and the closing period. Intuitively, the closing period will be 12. You would close your accounts after at the 12th month of your accounting year, not the calendar year. And whereas the starting period is the starting period when you want to computerize your accounts. Okay, so but in our simple example, the Guns and Berhad computerizes their accounts on the 1st of January, which coincides with the beginning of the year. So the beginning of the accounting year is January. So January is period 1 or month 1, the first month. Okay, so and the computerization starts on the same month, the first month. So we specify that the starting period is 1. Otherwise, let's say for an example that the accounting period or accounting year begins on the 1st of January, but computerization is done on the 1st of June. Then we need to specify that the starting period would be 6. Okay, and coincidentally also for Gansen and Berhad, the accounting year corresponds to the calendar year. Okay, it begins accounting year begins on 1st of January and ends 31st of December, which correspond to the calendar year. So in that sense, we have no trouble in identifying the period of the computerization. Otherwise, you need to consider that as well. But the starting period would always be the closing period would always be 12, even though your accounting year does not correspond with the calendar year. Okay, so once we have entered the starting period and the closing date, the appropriate closing date, it will show up that this accounting year starts from 1st of January 2010 to 31st of December 2010, which is what is supposed to be set for the sample company. Okay, there are other settings, but this will be more advanced than what we require. Alright, so after setting up the company name as well as the accounting period, then we just click OK, and our company has been set up. Okay.